guys doing, man? Hopefully you guys are doing okay, man. I just glad to be back. Last night, what a football game, man. What a football game. Hopefully you guys profited. And for those who didn't, better luck next time. And I have some pretty good information for you guys today. NBA is back. NBA is back. And before I get into this tip that I want to bring to you all, I want to get the housekeeping, whatever you want to call it, out the way. And with that being said, my social media links will be in the description. Holla at your boy. And if you like this video, like and subscribe. I'm going to keep this straightforward to the point. Today's topic is NBA. And before I talk about the NBA, I want to let you guys know that I am going to be bringing some more football content this week. And for DFS and sports betting content, I want to try to bring it out Friday or Saturday night evening. I hope I can do it Friday, but the thing about that is the sports book, as far as prop bets and things like that, they pretty late on bringing out that information. So hopefully every week they're late bringing out that information, and hopefully we can get that information, get those lines and those spreads for props bettings, because I got some very, very juicy stuff I want to bring to y'all. So that's what's on my agenda for this week, and let's get right into it. I have we got NBA preseason. It's up in the lobby right here on DraftKings. I'm letting you guys see this. I'm showing you guys right now, and this is the contest that I'll be targeting right here. The $15 NBA preseason tip-off. We got 5 games. Orlando at ATL, New York at Detroit, Houston and Chicago. I'm from Chicago, as you can see right here. Hey. And LA Clippers at LA Lakers, Sacramento and Portland. All right. Now, what I would do right here, I would hit on the utility spot right here so we can see some pricing, So before I get into pricing, matter of fact, I'm not even going to get into pricing. I'm just really letting you guys know that these games start Friday. So NBA is approaching very, very fast, very fast. FanDuel doesn't have theirs up in the lobby yet. They might not be hosting NBA preseason this year. I would be surprised if they don't. But for right now, we're looking at DraftKings, and here's some of the pricing, and that's that. But what I brought you guys here to get today for is not for pricing, but I'm putting you guys on notice. It's for informational purposes, and a must thing that you need to have for NBA DFS and DFS in general. Any seasoned veteran will tell you, if you don't have this right here, if you don't have Twitter, then you are doing it wrong. If you don't have Twitter, you are doing it wrong, man. Twitter for information. I do not use anything else. I don't use no apps. No, this is the only app that I use, Twitter. And I have 2 Twitters. I use 2 different apps for Twitter. This is my number 1 go-to app that I've been using for over 5 years, 6, 7, 8 years. It's called Phoenix, but that's neither here nor there. So, and this is your regular native Twitter app right here. So, why is Twitter so important? Because you get up-to-date news. As soon as it comes out, depending on who you following and Who do I follow for DFS news? I follow. Let me see who I follow. I follow. Fantasy Labs, and these guys here are the truth when it comes to NBA DFS notifications and notifying you who's in and who's out and stuff like that. So what you need to do is, if you don't have a Twitter, start you one. Number one. Number two, go find Fantasy Labs NBA. Make sure they got the check mark. Follow them. Then once you follow them, you click on this notifications bell. You hit notifications for all tweets. Therefore, the notifications come to your right to the palm of your hands. Right now, we have some notifications right here. They give you a lot of notifications for. This is going to be very useful for the regular season. Now, right now you have some notifications up. I can go down their timeline, check some of their tweets. Ben Simmons, boom, ready to go for the start of the season. Darius Miller, boom, expected to be ready for the start of the season. They have trade summaries. They have this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. If I can go back to December and everything, so I can give you I ain't gonna say back to November, back when the season was going. Let me see if I can give you some up-to-date news. They got all its. You get caught up on some of the trades right here as well, So, anyway, why is Twitter so important? The NBA is the most. They be doing the most when it comes to injuries and late scratches, and I find, and like I said, most of the seasoned DFS players will tell you, Fantasy Labs breaks the news probably the quickest when it comes to, finding out who's in and who's out. The most important time of the day is at least an hour before NBA tip off, and like at least hour to 30 minutes before each game, especially when you're waiting for injury news and stuff like that, because these players get scratched all the time, man. They get scratched all the time, and then by them getting scratched all the time, they can get scratched like 5 minutes, 2 minutes. So you need to be glued to Twitter to get the information. Keep refreshing the page and stuff like that, so you can make quick pivots and late swap to the next best option. And you can take advantage of the field that way. So please, 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 please make sure you have Twitter at your disposal, man. It is a must. Why you think all these people talk about Twitter, man? This is a must. This is the first thing you need to have. Now, moving along. Once you have your Twitter, you follow Fantasy Labs and stuff like that. Now, this is good information to have throughout the preseason, carrying yourself into the regular season. And this information that I'm going to drop to you, I have a demonstration. Actually, my Twitter is going to be in the description. This is some very helpful information right now. I'll show you. You have to go to my page. Boom. After you get to my page, you have what you can follow me, and you can hit lists. See, it says list. Then I have a list right here. It's called NBA DFS News. Boom. You click on that. This is a list for NBA beat writers, news, and alerts right here. You can follow this list. Now, we all know the situation with COVID and everything. So, especially for preseason DFS, these beat writers, they're like really, really close to the team. And they would even be closer to the information if minus COVID. So these guys, some of these guys support NBA DFS. And here's a perfect example of a beat writer. His name is Rod Beard. He supports DFS. So he tweets, they tweet, all these beat writers, they tweet. And they tweet viable information all day long. And these are some guys that you want to be in tune with. And, you know, you get information regarding the teams, what's going on at the teams, and interviews, you know, just a whole host of information that you can have that gives you a one-up on the field, man. This is what you need. So, for instance, I'll click over here. This is my Twitter as well, so I use both of them. So, this is NBA DFS news. So, here, we're looking right here. Ryan Saunders says the preseason opener this weekend, the main guys will not play their regular rotation minutes. They're going to be mixing and matching a lot. Of course, we know this, but it's good to hear it from some of these guys. This guy here is from The Athletic. You know, this is a great source of information. He has the verified check, so boom, there you have it. Here's some of his tweets. Let me see what this tweet right here is all about. There's people already asking questions right here. And some of these guys will, if not most of them, they will respond to you if you tweet them. He says, Wolves Sam J. He said, did they say when they were doing simulated scrimmages, or is that already happening? Then he replied, haven't said yet. Guessing in the next few days leading into the first game. So don't be afraid to tweet these guys. These guys, they will tweet you back. You know, so you ask these guys the information that you really, really need, man. So like I said, that's viable information. Anything you can get out of these guys for you know, to give you an edge, man. To give you an edge in NBA DFS, especially preseason, because you're going to need all the information you can get. Just like this right here. Malika Andrews. She says, Kevin Durant says he expects to spend time playing at the 4 and the 5. He said he doesn't have a set number of minutes in mind to play in preseason games, but he hopes to get a feel for what sort of load his body can take coming off the Achilles injury. Malika Andrews. She is an NBA reporter, writer for ESPN. So, you know, these guys are getting the information right from close sources. Now, I'm gonna go through this one more time. Once you set your Twitter up, boom, you can go to my page at Denzel1. This is my profile. This is what you might see. Then you'll probably go to my profile. Then you'll probably you might see lists. You'll want to click on lists, and then NBA DFS news. Boom, you might want to click on that, and then boom, there might be a you probably want to hit one of those buttons. Then you'll be able to subscribe to the list, and then there you have it. You know, I can expand this right here. I can go through some of these tweets right here. You can see some of these practices and live, you know. Yeah, so here's a live look at my Twitter right here. says Josh Jackson says he's been impressed with the ability of 19-year-olds Killen Hayes and Isaiah Studers to absorb knowledge with all the different voices, coaches, and vets in their ears. Just information, man. Just information. You need information at your disposal as much as you can, and free information. So this is a tip that I'm going to leave you guys with. This is very, very, very crucial, man. It's very crucial, man. Very crucial. And with that being said, guys, I'm going to leave you guys with that. Like I said, this is my Twitter right here. You can check me out. I'll be bullshitting, here and there, but I'm dropping some gems for you guys, man. Some gems. And you can go over the player pool and stuff like that. I'll probably try to drop a preseason lineup out there for you guys. If I don't be able to get to a video for one, I will drop it in the comments in there. So there you go. Peace, guys, and love. Peace and love. I'm out of here.